had a time limit to respond to this lawsuit or else I'd lose by default. And I knew if I was going to fight this by myself, I was essentially gambling the future financial well-being of my child. Because while I do have a little nest egg, a lawsuit, especially a lawsuit that's dragged on, could easily deplete that, especially here in the US. So that last video I made, the I got sued video, that was literally my Hail Mary. So Hannah and I actually filmed that video while she was having contractions. You okay?
Give me a second.
Hannah's literally having contractions right behind. After I sent that video off to my editor, Daniel, we ended up beelining it to the hospital at 2 a.m. And then we ended up getting sent back home at about 5 a.m. because she wasn't dilated enough. So I drove back home, got my video back from Daniel at about 11 in the morning. I still hadn't slept because Hannah's contractions were getting pretty bad at this point, so I was just there for her. But I then sent the video to my lawyer, and while I was waiting for his response, I started setting up the GoFundMe, and I started messaging around the people I knew within the crypto scene how to set up a secure wallet to raise funds. And one of the guys who actually goes by the name of Kobe on Twitter got back to me and said, hey, I bought the Atozy.eth domain for you. I then was pretty blown away because I realized this guy spent over $1,000 just for a domain for me. So massive shout out to this man. But after that, I got approved to post my video for my lawyer. So I then posted my I got sued video and posted a thread on Twitter that says, I wish I didn't have to make this thread, but I'm being sued by the YouTuber Bitboy Crypto for a video I made roughly 9 months ago, covering how I promoted a project named Pam. Last night, the third person Bitboy sent to my house showed up and served me the lawsuit. According to media reports, he'd previously made $30,000 for a single paid promotion and now feels responsible for the losses suffered by his followers. I stand by the allegations in the lawsuit, and I don't understand why he filed it. I'm crowdfunding to help cover the insane costs of defending myself against this frivolous lawsuit. All funds raised will be used to pay legal fees. If there's anything left over, I will donate them to various charities, and I have no interest in profiting from my community. For all details,
he's a really good guy, you know. I'm not subscribed to him, but he's got 1 million subscribers. He doesn't need me. And, you know, it's just, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
you can watch it on my video here. Thank you for the support. So after posting that, I was insanely nervous because that, like I said previously, was my Hail Mary. But since I'd been up for over 24 hours, I finally decided to go to bed. I think I fell asleep for like an hour and a half until I was awoken by Hannah having very painful contractions, and we beelined it to the hospital yet again. This time when we got to the hospital, they said, you guys are gonna have a baby within the next 24 hours. All while I was getting an insane amount of support from you guys in my comment section on the main video that I posted and the Twitter thread. So we got all checked into the hospital room and essentially started playing the baby waiting game. At this point, I think I'd raised like roughly $5,000 in my GoFundMe and $5,000 in crypto. And then I noticed that Bitboy started tweeting. The 16-year-olds are in full force today. Good thing their attention spans are 4.2 seconds. I'm sure they can all borrow a $10 mom from their mom's purse to help you out, bud. When will folks figure out everything you try to do to hurt me only helps me? This has to be so frustrating. I just keep winning, and the wins are only about to get bigger. Well, that energy wasn't in the lawsuit.
Cope.
You will have to find other ways to chase clout. LMAO. I will not allow it. You can't literally make up lies and accusations about people. There are consequences for this because you tell 2 truths in 1 lie. That doesn't excuse the lie. Hate me all you want, but at the end of the day, people will be held accountable for their lies and slander. Period. And while he was tweeting all of that, I was getting more support than I have ever received from you guys. And then out of nowhere, the same
Yeah, because fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. He's just trying to intimidate you.
guy who sent me the Ethereum domain, he announced that he was going to donate $100,000 when he got back to his computer. I was sitting there in absolute disbelief because that's quite the bold thing to just casually type out on Twitter. And I think at this time I'd raised about $30,000 in total, which was insane. I realize now, like, wow, guys, this is still going to be expensive for me.
Yeah, I'll just send you 100K. Yeah, I'm getting a burrito right now in the drive-thru, but whenever I get home, I'll send you 100K, bro. No worries. Fuck, crazy.
But maybe not as expensive as what I thought it would be. But lo and behold, this man is definitely a man of his word, and he sent me over $100,000 in USDC, which is a stable coin on Ethereum. So not only did this dude is definitely a man of his word, is what I thought it would be. But lo and behold, this man is
So yeah, anybody in the Twitter world and crypto world, thank you this guy, and thank you YouTubers for getting getting our Atozy some money.
Definitely a man of his word. And he sent me over $100,000 in USDC, which is a stable coin on Ethereum. So not only did this dude buy me a domain, but he also sent me $100,000. What do you even say to that other than thank you? Holy shit. Like, I'm still speechless just thinking about that. That's absolute insanity. Not only that.
No doubt. That is absolutely insane. And good job on Atozy, and good job on Kobe for being able to do such a large flex to help such a little guy out.
But some anonymous person.
Well, not a little guy, but you know, not as big as others.
And also donated $25,000 to the GoFundMe. Then the Twitter users ZachXPT and PassCT organized an auction where they were auctioning.
All he really needed was just like the 20,000 to countersue, but this guy got way more than he needed.
Away this image where the proceeds were going to go to my defense fund, and the top bid was over $5,000 at one point. And then all the individual donations from my community and the crypto community, I was in shock. I've basically been up for way over 24 hours. I had about an hour and a half of sleep in all of that time, but I was just absolutely speechless. Like, I don't even know how to react to it now. Just thinking over it, like the bullet that I dodged because of you guys is insane. But I fell asleep for another 2 hours on that sofa they give dads beside the birthing bed. And then I was awoken by Hannah in pain yet again. And it seemed like the baby was about to drop. And about 2 hours later, our son was placed on Hannah's chest. And I remember just at that moment, like the only thing in my head was everything's going to be okay. And Casper was just so still and calm. I was surprised. I was honestly.
He named his kid Casper.
Actually kind of alarmed. I was like, wait, aren't babies supposed to be like screaming and crying at this point? But he was just sitting there chilling, or well, laying there. And after, I don't know, a couple hours of her and I just trading turns holding him, we put him in the bassinet and just sat and admired him for a couple hours. No matter how much other stressful stuff was going on that day and the days previous to this, that was still the best day of my life. I really get it now. Like everyone I know who are parents, all
35 still haven't felt that feeling he's talking about. But I'm not giving up yet. Even though my fiance's tubes are tight, we're gonna try. We're gonna do in vitro, maybe, or I don't know what we're gonna do, but we gotta think of it, Sebas.
Always tell me the best day of their lives is the day they became parents. And I see that. I 100% see that. I didn't get much sleep that night because of everything that was going on. You know, the normal stuff. Getting sued for a lot of money, and then having your firstborn child, and then raising a lot of money, all in the same 48 hours. It's safe to say that my brain was wired. But in the morning, I checked my phone and I saw that we had raised roughly $200,000, which is absolutely insane. Again, guys, thank you so much. You guys literally saved me here. Because of this, it seems like he pulled out of the lawsuit. Bitboy actually posted that the lawsuit is officially over. He dropped the lawsuit without prejudice, which means he could actually still sue. The lawsuit is officially
over officially. What a loser. Called your bluff. The world called your bluff and you cave like a little baby coward.
Over. He dropped the lawsuit without prejudice, which means he could actually still sue me again in the future, but I don't see a reason why he would do that to himself again. A few hours after I saw that we raised roughly $200,000, Bitboy Crypto went live onto his YouTube channel where he had a 15-minute rant. And here are some of the moments from that.
We did not want this to become public. I guess when I decided to do this back in November, I wanted to keep this behind closed doors. I've had another lawsuit. It was behind closed doors, and it worked out great. And I think that both parties were happy, and it was settled. and everything about it worked out.
I'm confused as to why he thought I'd be quiet about this.
Obviously, if this would have been public, I wouldn't have done it. Not because I want to hide it, but all we were trying to do was get him to take down the video.
Yeah, see? Take down the video. I don't like what you said about me.
Factually wrong information that has implications for me as a person. And, when my kids go and they Google their dad, what comes up? That video.
By the time you sued me, no one remembered that video. You brought that video into the limelight by suing me. Why didn't you just respond to me like this in one of your live streams before suing me? Everything just turns into a massive headache as soon as lawyers are involved, and no one wins. Like, if this actually got dragged out to court, the only winner would be the lawyers.
Here's where we're at, okay? Where we're at is, at this
He's not lying.
point, it has become public. It's become an absolute debacle. We know Kobe gave him $100,000, so.
McAfee lives. This guy is on some coke coin.
Hopefully that money will go to good use. But yeah, so we are going to drop lawsuit 100% and become an absolute debacle. We know Kobe gave him $100,000, so hopefully that money will go to good use. But yeah, so we are going to drop lawsuit 100%.
He's hurt. He's heard about the 100K. That hurt him. What a bitch. What a bitch.
And I'm sorry this became public. I'm sorry that this has been, misconstrued. But I just want you guys to understand why I was doing this. This was not about a slapstick lawsuit. I know that's what everybody.
This is all cope. All cope. It already is. Look at his body language.
He says, right? It's frivolous. It's not frivolous. When someone implies you can be in trouble from the SEC, that is not frivolous, guys. That's a very, very, very serious matter.
Dude, you told on yourself in your lawsuit, you idiot.
And so from my perspective, trying to defend my reputation, trying to get him to remove the video that literally has wrong information in it, that was all I wanted. This wasn't supposed to get this far. So at this point, like I said, there is nothing really we can do. The money that came in on his side. The lawsuit was never about money.
It was all about money.
So hopefully, Atozy, now that we're going to be officially dropping this, I emailed my lawyer about 15 minutes before we went on air here. So that is going to be happening.
So what I got from this was, if this didn't become super public and I didn't raise a whole bunch of money, I would have probably been dragged into court, especially the way how he was talking in his tweets earlier. I will be fully refunding everyone who donated to me because we didn't go to court. I didn't have to pay a massive amount of money that I was expecting to pay. And it wouldn't feel right to just donate it away, like I said, because I didn't use the money. So I'm just going to refund everyone because clearly you guys had my back. So I'm going to return that favor and give you an infinite amount of gratitude. And I want to especially thank Critical and CoffeeZilla for making videos covering this whole situation. I want to
Yeah, my boys.
thank Hannah for everything. I want to thank Daniel for working overtime and making sure we can get these videos out to you in time. I want to thank Kobe for donating way too much money. And I also want to thank Zach XPT because he will be helping me refund everyone on the crypto side of things. What a massive relief this is. I've already submitted a refund request on GoFundMe, so if you donated via GoFundMe, you'd be getting your funds back within 3 to 7 business days. I'll be refunding my Ethereum and Bitcoin donations tomorrow. I just need to know the addresses from those of you guys who sent me money from an exchange. So go to my Twitter and reply to this tweet if this applies to you. If not, completely ignore it. If you donated from a hot wallet like MetaMask,
I'm not gonna say it.
just hang tight. I'll be sending back your money ASAP. And I just need to get some sleep because I've probably slept 15 hours in the last week total. Hence why the energy of this video is a little bit low. And finally, I want to thank every single one of you guys.
I think you did good, man.
Who number one watch my videos, but also those of you who donated your hard-earned money to just support my loud mouth. Thank you so much. It absolutely means the world to me, and because of you guys, I have a career to where I can fund and provide for my little family. This was definitely not the way I wanted to announce that I have a son now, but I wanted to talk about my stressful week.
Hey, congratulations, man. There's a video. There's a video. They brought it to light.